Joining us today is Gary Cottle, the Group CEO at Valereum PLC. Gary, good to be speaking to you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. So we're going to talk about the RNS that Valereum have released this morning here. So you've released an update here on your ongoing implementation of the blockchain ecosystem strategy, saying you've accelerated your mission to build that blockchain-powered finance ecosystem. So could you just walk us through some of the changes the company's made to its positioning since the beginning of the year and what that offering is looking like right now?
I can. So I think as we announced several months ago, I guess following the failed acquisition by the DMC Group, or partial acquisition, we slightly pivoted the company, somewhat along the lines that we've been discussing with them for several months. So less of building our own technologies and more of building effectively what is a tokenization, crypto, Bitcoin ecosystem. So, and I wouldn't say we set out to become a holding company, but it's fast becoming a almost like a holding company strategy. So we've taken stakes in the various companies which we announced. So Fidium, Bluebird, and DigiShares. Those are all going incredibly well. We scaled back our own aspirations. So we were building the DFMI, the bridge. I think we kind of realized there's a bit of a tech arms race out there. And at the same time, we've ended up in partnership in business with our investee companies, with very synergistic collaborations with them. So it's actually going a lot better than we thought. The companies are all going quicker than we had anticipated in what is I guess it's a fast-moving market from a technological perspective. But at the same time, tokenization, adoption, and real-world RWA, real-world asset, both issuance and distribution, sometimes it's very fast and sometimes it's very slow. So the summary is we're very happy with how it's gone actually for the last 3, 4, 5 months, and we firmly believe that we'll see just some I guess more acceleration from what we've had. You know, it does feel like we're on a bit of a roller coaster, if I'm honest, in a very good way.
Okay. And that shift then that you mentioned there away from the reliance on third parties towards actually directly investing in companies in the different areas of that digital asset world, how has that affected the company? Presumably it's for the better, but could you perhaps explain how that's changed the strategy?
It's certainly for the leaner. So we've stopped trying to, and I guess I think the company, I think since we bought the GSX Group and Nick, who was the former CEO, we had very much adopted a strategy that was around tokenization. So that's not new at all. We wanted to be into the payments system at the same time. So building those. So I was in banking for an awful long time. Right, building those is probably one of the worst things that one can do. So teaming up with Fidium, they're fully go to market. They've done all of that hard work. They're very well respected in that space. So I think what it's allowed us to do, and if you look at the 3 companies, so DigiShares, we've actually done another company as well. So we've actually done 4 acquisitions or partial acquisitions. The ones where we aspired, I guess we wanted to be, we wanted regulated marketplaces. So all of the companies are in that space. We had our own. We built Valereum Markets. That's actually going a lot better as well. So all these companies are they're in deal mode, they're in revenue production. So and they're all bringing different things to whether it's the tokenization market or whether it's we had the gate token, which actually was very successful and then very unsuccessful. So they're all bringing different parts and pieces of the puzzle to a fast expanding marketplace. So it's very much we're now in the build and buy, I should say buy and build really rather than build and buy, phase of our growth and all self-funded. So we're very happy about that as well.
Okay, yeah, that is good. So you're in that sort of buy and build phase. So, I mean, what are some of the key deliverables in the next quarter, let's say? I don't know if you can give any, I'm sure you can set up the key deliverables. Timelines is always tricky, but if you can give investors a sense of what's to come and what times we're looking at, I think that'd be really useful.
Well, first and foremost, revenues. So the company's had a couple of tough years. It has both that and the GSX Group previously had spent an awful lot of money building things. There are a lot of companies out there in this space that have done the same. We probably have spent a lot less than many of those. You asked also the question of the company's a lot leaner than it was, so we don't need as many people. We have a lot fewer technologists. But the next 6 months is all about revenue delivery. All of the businesses, our business and all our investee businesses, have very, very big pipelines. So we're just going to focus on monetizing those.
Okay. Can you give any guidance on what parts of the business you perhaps expect to be leading the way here in terms of revenue, or we're going to have to wait?
I think the obvious ones, without letting the cat out of the bag, as they say. I think if you look at the recent announcement from DigiShares with the Zig Group or Zig chain, that will obviously, and they've, I'm not saying they're the category winner, but that Klaus, who's the CEO of that business, they've been incredibly busy. I would expect them to see some very good wins certainly before the end of the year. Valereum Markets is also, if you saw, has had a couple of deals already publicly announced. We'd expect to see those closed, and these are all big deals. These are all deals. They're in the hundreds of millions, so they're big tickets. It's refreshing to be involved in not a rebuild, but it's a different phase of Valereum. I kind of joined the board when it was in not trouble but ailing. But I think Bluebird. I think it's probably slightly behind in the phasing of revenues but we would expect good growth in Fidium, DigiShares, and absolutely in Valereum, coupled with we've built quite an interesting crypto advisory business in partnership as well. So we would expect to see some fruits of our labour in that in the next 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Excellent. Good. Well, like you say, a different phase definitely for the company. It sounds quite exciting as well. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
No, thanks for the time. And we certainly look forward to hopefully a better relationship, not only with our investors, but certainly with people looking in the space as well. So it's exciting times ahead. So thank you very much for having me on.
Excellent. Gary Cottle, Group CEO at Valereum PLC. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.